Now, the US dollar is losing its sheen and fast. Several countries around the world are looking at alternative reserve currencies to carry out trade. And the Indian rupee is fast emerging as the alternative. This special report explains how India's tech and payment systems are putting the Indian currency at the center of world trade.
A shortage of dollars has reversed progress many developing countries have made over the years. Now, these countries are struggling to provide their citizens basics such as food, fuel and medicines. India has emerged as a savior for these countries, and the rupee could be their lifeline now. Yes, it is the rupee trade mechanism that's expected to transform the way these countries trade. Malaysia is the latest country to have accepted a rupee trade mechanism. That means trade between India and Malaysia will now be settled in the Indian rupee. India's External Affairs Ministry released a statement that read, and I quote, "Trade between India and Malaysia can now be settled in Indian rupee, in addition to the current modes of settlement in other currencies. This follows the decision by the Reserve Bank of India in July 2022 to allow the settlement of international trade in the Indian rupee." Unquote. The concerned Malaysian banking partners have opened rupee Vostro accounts with Indian banks to facilitate this trade. The benefit of trading in rupees is plenty. For one, it allows countries with low dollar reserves the ability to carry out trade with countries that accept the rupee as a reserve currency. It also reduces transaction cost between India and its trade partners by removing the need to convert currencies into US dollars. That brings up the question, is the US dollar losing its dominance? Well, a whole host of nations are exploring trading in alternative currencies to distance themselves from the dollar. That includes major developing economies like China, Brazil and Russia, which have made significant progress in doing so. BRICS members are also exploring a token that could be an alternative to the dollar, especially given the recent Fed hikes that have created a currency crunch for the member blocs. With several alternative currencies exploding onto the scene, the emerging New World Order has several options that are more favorable than the dollar. And with an exciting domestic payment ecosystem, India is emerging as the global hub for payment solutions, and India's own greenback is leading the race to become the most favorable trading pair.